Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing bookish stuff. I'm gonna be starting a new book today, so we'll do some reading. I'm also gonna go to a cafe with my mom later on today, get coffee, get pastries, also browse one of the bookshops because there's one book that I want to pick up. I also need to organize my TBR cart because I recently bought some books. If you've seen my Amazon book haul, you know. So I need to organize my cart. I'm gonna be doing a TBR jar prompts, choose my September reads, but my TBR jar is looking very dry, very crusty, and we need to replenish her. So I'm gonna be thinking of some TBR prompts, probably watch some other people's TBR videos and get some inspiration for my TBR prompts. So we'll do that later today, and then just some more reading, and yeah, it's gonna be a very cozy, nice, bookish day together. I am just about to make myself a cup of coffee. Guys, I'm still not over this mug. Like, the joy it brings me every time I use it. It's just so cute. Oh, also, mom and I are gonna go to like a thrift sort of shop today, like a secondhand kind of shop. And I'm really hoping I can find like a cute vintage sort of mug. I love collecting mugs, like different sorts of mugs. So I'm hoping I can find like a cozy vintage kind of mug. Fingers crossed. Let's make some coffee and then pick out our book and do some reading. It's a very gloomy Saturday morning. It's Saturday, 9:37 a.m. How cute is my little pajama top? It's got Bambi on it. When I was buying it, mum was like, oh, you've got eyes like Bambi. So I feel like I had to get it. It's also very Magnolia Parks coded, and I love Magnolia Parks. Anyways, let's make some coffee. Good times and turn back time. Just let me get high. Okay, besties, coffee is made. It smells amazing. Let's do a taste test. Honestly, it's just so good. I love it. The time to pick out the book that we're going to read. I think I already know what I want it to be, but let's have a look. So this is my current TBR. I do have like I've got like over 10 books I do need to add to the cart, which we will do later today. This is my physical TBR, and then this is just the remainder of my my August TBR. However, what I do is I normally pick out 10 books for my TBR because I read about 8 books a month. The reason I do that is because it gives me a bit of leeway, you know, a bit of wiggle room, where if I don't feel like reading 2 of those books out of the month, then I don't have to. It just gives me a bit more options. Although I have got 4 books left here, I've actually got 2 left. No, that's actually such a lie. I'm reading Artlist by Marissa Meyer right now, but that's for a different video. Anyways, let's pick out the book that we're gonna read. We have the 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. I'm not gonna read this one this month because I just read Tuesdays with Maury. And although they're different books, they have similar messages on life and faith and love and sort of topics like that, and I just don't want to overdo it with books like that, so I want to read only like 1 a month, you know? Then we've got One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I'm not gonna lie, I am leaning very, very, very heavily towards this book. We could also do Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez because it's a very sweet book, but I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna try to save this for spring. It's currently winter for me, and it's about to be spring, and I just feel like it might be better suited for spring. I don't know, I'm such a mood reader. And then we have The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is a sci-fi. I don't really feel like this one at the minute. I mean, I think we know the obvious winner. Oh my god, it also kind of matches my mug. Don't you guys think it kind of matches my mug? like the white and the red. This is easily one of my favorite book covers. I think it is so beautiful. I hate this. Let's just get rid of this little sticker that you can't remove. Guys, isn't it beautiful? This is like a Romeo and Juliet reimagination. Not a retelling, it's more of a reimagination. And it's set in New York City, and there's two rival witch families fighting for the upper hand. Interesting. Okay, so they both run like a narcotics business. And, oh, I don't know if they both do. No. So the Antonova sisters are beautiful, cunning, and ruthless. But their underground narcotics business is threatened by their long-standing rivals, the Fedorov brothers. Exciting. I've heard really, really, really good things about this book. So without further ado, let's start reading. Guys, this is one of the most like beautiful books I have, and this is not even like a special edition or anything like that. This is just the normal standard published one for my enemy. It is so beautiful, like so gorgeous. The detail that went into it, like look at this, like it's got pictures. It is so stunning. Like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's also really cool because the format of it, like I said, it's not retelling Romeo and Juliet, but the format of the book, the way that she's done it, is almost like a play. So you've got the characters in the beginning, and from what I know, most plays have that, right? Yeah, they do. And then she's also got like Act 1, Scene 2, Act 1, Scene 3, etc., etc. Act 2, Scene 2. Like, it's so cool. Like, I just love the creativity that went into this book. And again, it's just like, it's beautiful. The cover is gorgeous. The inside of it is beautiful. It's one of those books that I'm like very happy to own just because it's so gorgeous. I'm now on page 54, which is the staging. I'm really, really enjoying the writing of it so far. Olivia Blake is kind of known for having like pretentious writing, and I would agree with that more in the Artlist 6, which I did. I actually DNF'd that book, which was really funny. It was just more because the plot like kind of went over my head and kind of bored me towards the end, but I really loved the beginning of that book and I loved her writing, but it was more so the plot that I was like, But in this one, her writing is still beautiful, but it's not as like pretentious as the Atlas 6. I personally don't have a problem with it, but I have heard some people complain about that. I don't know. But yeah, so far so good. I am gonna get ready now because mom is gonna pick me up soon and we're gonna go get more coffee. Yeah, get pastries, go thrift shopping, and then I'm gonna check out a bookshop. I want to pick up 1 or 2 literary fictions. There's this girl I was watching on YouTube. I'll put her name up on here. Oh, there we go. Her name is Cameron. She is so funny and her voice and her accent are so nice. I think she's British. No, she's definitely British. And she's got like a very nice voice. Like, it just sounds expensive. You know those people that have like a very like luxurious sounding voice and accent combo. And she's also very pretty and also intelligent. She mostly reads literary fiction, and I've been binge watching her recommendation videos recently, and I've added 2 from her recommendations that I want to get. Hello guys! So I've got 2 new books to show you which I picked up yesterday. Both of these are literary fiction and one of them was a recommendation from Cameron, and I tried to get another one that she recommended but I just couldn't find it at the bookshops. The first one, this is one that Cameron recommended. It is Gold Rush by Olivia Peter. I always love literary fiction book covers. I don't know why, they're always very like beautiful and like I just enjoy the artwork of them. On the back of it there's this blurb that says, "We give celebrities power they don't deserve, power they haven't earned, and what happens when they exploit it. Imagine you've just spent the night with the most famous man on the planet, except you don't quite remember it. This is what happens to Rose, a 20-something woman who seemingly has everything going for her." So she works for one of the most powerful publishing outlets in the country, and Rose spends her day doing PR for glossy magazines. She attends a lot of sort of like A-lister kind of parties, meeting a lot of celebrities because of her work. And at one of these parties, she meets someone called Milo, who is the world-famous, globally adored British pop sensation. So maybe think like, you know, Harry Styles, Justin Bieber, that sort of level of fame. So it seems like Gold Rush is a story about celebrity culture and our obsession with celebrities and like putting them on a pedestal. But it also says that Gold Rush is a story about consent. I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I haven't really read one like this before, like with this kind of premise. This book is going to be fascinating, and I do think a lot of women out there who may have had some sort of encounter with a celebrity, or you know, more than just an encounter, have had a similar situation to this, because I do know these things happen all the time. It's really, really sad and it shouldn't happen, but I've definitely heard many stories of women coming out with similar stories to this. That is book 1. Thank you, Cameron, for recommending this book. The second book I picked up is called This Is How You Remember It, and it's by Catherine Pacifica. I really love the book cover. This is kind of what drew me to it. It was sitting on the table and I was like, what is this? This book is essentially about living life online. I think this book is going to be extremely on the nose for anyone who has spent the majority of their life online. So that goes for millennials and Gen Z, especially if you've spent your very formative years online, like basically since you can remember. It says on the back of it, this is a story about a life lived online and about finding another way when it's all you've ever known. Do you think a lot of us are kind of going through this cycle at the minute where I think most people I speak to say that they're on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever, and they want to delete it and they don't want to use these apps, but you kind of get FOMO from deleting social media because everyone else is on it and you feel like you should be on it. And you feel this kind of like tug and pull because you don't want to be on it. You want a life with no social media. I've seen quite a few like funny TikToks of people saying, right, can we all just delete this app? Like everyone just deletes it and we just move on with our life. And same goes for Instagram. A lot of people are saying like, oh, I don't want to do it by myself, but if we all delete it, then I'll be happy. I think this book is going to be super thought-provoking because I do live a life online. I obviously make YouTube videos now. However, I will say that I only go on Instagram like once a week. So I'm very proud of myself in that regard. I just delete the app. And like on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, I will re-download it, check on my friends, see what people are up to, and then I just delete the app again. And I also don't go on TikTok. I am very conscious of this, and I am someone who is trying to kind of, I don't know, just step away from that. It's weird though, because I don't really consider YouTube social media. Like it doesn't make me feel the way I feel when I go on like Instagram or TikTok. As fun as they are, I just find YouTube like very just enjoyable. It's almost like a hobby. Like I absolutely love it. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm very excited to read this and I will let you guys know how it is. These are the 2 books I picked up. I really love the covers of them. What we're gonna do now is put all of my to be read books on my book cart, and then I need to think of some TBR prompts because I'm gonna be doing my TBR jar video very soon. So I'm just gonna write some prompts down and you guys can help me with that. Oh, there she is. Okay, so time to fill our TBR card. I'm hoping all my books fit just on one side, otherwise we're gonna have to put them on the other side. So we've got all of these to put on my cart, and then we also have the 2 that I picked up yesterday, and then we also have, I should go on a book buying ban. I'm probably not, but I should. We also have the entire Mortal Instruments series. However, I will only put the first book on my cart and then just leave the rest of them in their box. We've got Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. I just love this book cover so much. Nora Goes Off Script and The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. the Bridge Kingdom and the Grace here, the Details and A Gentleman in Moscow, Anatomy and Inferno. Right, and then we'll put Gold Rush and This Is How You Remember It. I think they're slightly larger. Yay, they all fit. Looking good. And then we'll put... Guys, I'm so excited to read City of Bones. I watched the City of Bones movie with Lily Collins. I'm gonna say I've probably seen it like 15 times. Like, I loved that movie. I think, how old was I when I first watched it? I think I was 17 when I first watched it. My best friends and I were obsessed with it. We actually watched it quite recently, like a few months ago. We were so obsessed with it. We had the biggest crush on Jace. Is that his name? Jace? What is his name? Yes, his name is Jace. Now, I do know that she wrote this book when she was very young. I think this is her first book that she ever wrote. And I started my Cassandra Clare adventures reading Infernal Devices and The Last Hours, which she wrote later on. So she was a much better writer at this point. So it is going to be kind of interesting going back and reading this one. But I do know that it gets better and better as the series get on. Kind of like Throne of Glass, from what I know. We'll eventually make a Cassandra Clare reading order sort of video once I've read all of her Shadowhunters books. I'm personally reading them in chronological order. You don't have to. I think you can read them in publication order. I prefer to read it in timeline. So I've started off with the Infernal Devices set in Victorian times, and then I'm reading The Last Hours set in Edwardian times. Is that how you say it? Then I'm going to jump into the Mortal Instruments, which is set in the 21st century. And so is her other series. Is it called The Dark Artifices? Something like that. I forgot. Oh my god, I'm so excited. My Mortal Instruments box came with the Shadowhunter Codex. It's so cute. It's literally like a textbook. And this is like supposedly like what the Shadowhunters have to study. Like, look at this. It's got like notes all over it, like it's an actual textbook. Guys, this book is so creative. Like, so creative. Wow, whoever thought to do this and whoever did the artwork for this book, thank you so much. It's got like all the information on everything, like on fairies and the princes of hell and shadowhunters and werewolves and like all the creatures in the series. It's so cool. Right, I'm definitely going to be reading this while I am reading the Mortal Instruments, and I'll be like referring to it as if it's like a little textbook. It's so exciting. So we need to find some space for City of Bones. I think I can put it here. Perfect. Alright guys, there we have it. We've got a beautiful, fully stocked TBR. I've got a few pieces of paper. I'm just going to cut them up into smaller pieces and then we will write some prompts. I've just emptied out my TBR jar, so I think I'll just fill it with all new prompts. Like, I've got some left over, but they're looking a bit manky, so out with the old, in with the new. Hey guys, I've got a ton of little papers here, so time to do some prompts.
I fell apart 1,000 times. I'm tired of thinking.
Right guys, I finished. I've got all of my prompts here. Oh god, don't fall. So I've got 38 prompts. I could have done more, but I'm a little bit tired now and I want to do some reading after this. I just need to fold them all up and put them in my little jar.
Go in with my heart. I'm so afraid of getting lost. Tell me where you going with my heart. I say where you going, where you go.
The jar is filled. Well, it's not really filled. It looks like it's almost empty. But there's 38 prompts in here. Like, there is a ton. I might add some prompts in here later because I do think I want to have 50 prompts in here, and then I'll choose 10 prompts when I do my TBR video, which will be coming very soon. I'm very happy. I've missed doing my TBR jar video. I've done the blindly choosing my TBR sort of video the last 2 times, I think, and I put a poll up on my community post asking if you guys want me to do a TBR jar video or like a blindly choosing my TBR. The majority voted for a TBR video, so here we are. Oh my god, have I updated you guys? No, I haven't. I'm just halfway through and devouring it. Absolutely loving this book. Like, loving it. It's so good. It's so good. I don't think it'll be like a 5-star for me, but we're definitely looking at like a 4.5 star, which is amazing. Can you guys hear that helicopter? But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't think it'll be like a 5-star for me. I don't get the 5-star feel, but it's up there. So like a 4.5, which I'm more than happy with. Yeah, I'm really loving the writing. I'm loving the story. I am loving what's happening between the two families, the two rival families. I love the concept of the book. I love the characters. I love the way that it's written. I love like how beautiful the book is. I love everything about it. I'm very, very happy with this. When I do my August wrap up, you will hear my full thoughts and my overall rating, because I still have halfway through to go, so it might get better, it might get worse, we never know. I think this concludes our doing book stuff video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!